today I am back, but I'm back with business. I'm talking money. If you're watching this for the first time, hi sweetie, my name is Nahenda and welcome to A Work in Progress. And today I have an industry mogul, somebody with the money that's always behind, but also in front, everywhere. You know what, babe? I have. Do you want me to say Zulu boy or do you want me to use your?
Let's stick to Zulu boy. Phineas Shikulo is complicated.
I have Phineas Shikulo, aka Zulu boy.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm very well, nice. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Because you're always so busy, but like business things. When you look at your life, or like when you are envisioning your life, like if we were to tell a story,
Yes.
like what's the opening scene? Visually, like what are we seeing?
You are seeing a young boy from Naina. You are seeing a young boy.
Are you in a house
Yes, I'm in the house.
Yeah.
From Naina, a young boy went to go and take the goats to go eat or Polifa.
Yeah.
You are seeing a boy that came to window. You are seeing a boy that used to stay in Kaptura. You are seeing a boy that started playing on his own. As growing up, he didn't have other playing around with others. You are seeing a boy that he was always in his elements. That's how I'm always different from the rest of the kids.
Yeah.
That's who I am. That's basically who I am.
I think also you're not afraid to like be different.
I think it comes from change. As a young boy, I was bullied.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was in a very bad space.
Yeah.
After going through therapy sessions, I became different.
You attended therapy?
Yes, I was very in a bad
Because you know them.
when I was young. A lot of people don't know about this.
Yeah, because you know them. Like when I look at you, you give me like you are creative, but you also know who you are.
Yes.
So like
I came to learn, but also getting to learn who you are. You go through struggles.
Yeah.
And you go through situations to know who you are.
What age did you go to therapy?
I was very young. I was in primary school. I was bullied actually. That led to. That's why I don't like when people
So
are bullied.
did your parents decide like we are putting you into therapy? Or
I went to hospital. It was bad.
You were in?
I was in hospital. And then from hospital, I changed. I became a different person. I was shown a different way of life, of living life.
What was it though like? Well, what can you give us that you learned from therapy that like sort of like set you to be like, you know what?
I was just shown a different world, I was just shown a different world because, as I said, when I was bullied, it was more a thing of, I was very quiet.
Yeah. So you were saying your sessions, through your
yes.
sessions when you went to the north?
Yes, when I went to the north, so I went to the hospital, I was admitted in Najokwe, and it was a whole trauma situation because as growing up, I didn't talk too much.
Yeah.
I didn't say a lot, so it was building up and I had stress about it, and then that's how it affected me.
Wow.
Yeah. But then from there, through my sessions and through my medicines and all that.
You were actually on medication?
Yeah, it was serious. It was a very serious case. It was not new serious situations. It was very, very, very bad.
Okay.
Yeah, as I could remember as a young boy. But through that session, I had to learn. But also coming from a background of, my parents are both teachers. It's those backgrounds also where my community also doesn't understand me. So there was a lot that was.
Are you the only creative in your family?
No, I have quite a lot. But back in the days, people couldn't understand what you mean. You are creative.
Yeah.
Creative in what sense? Yeah, but when I look at myself as at home, I used to draw. I used to do a lot actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you used to be that child.
Yes, I used to
be
very
like.
I used to play my own build houses.
What is called?
There's a scar here somewhere here. A blade cut me, a panga, a queer blade. It cut me. I was pulling it, and it cut me. So it was those. I was always playing. I was not naughty, but I was just always interested in doing certain things.
Do you know what? If you guys don't know, the one thing that you guys don't know is that Zulu is actually a visual artist.
Yes.
Like you're actually in it like
this. It's the biggest. I think it's the first thing that comes in before.
Really?
Yeah, apart from the visual artists and music. A lot of people don't even remember.
Yes, he was also in a group.
I am still doing music. You can never retire from music.
So you started with with visual arts.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I started with visual art as a young child. I started sketching, I started drawing as a young child.
But how did you come to, because you do a specific one, the one of the burning of the how did you discover that?
The technique is
what is it called?
When it's pyrography. Pyrography. Yeah. So the trick thing about art is I was taught a lot of mediums.
Yeah.
I can sketch, I can do actually all the mediums.
Oh.
So now I decided, no, let me do something that a lot of artists are not really interested in.
Yeah.
I can paint, I can do anything. Yeah.
So that's why I met you.
Yeah.
I remember because I did I don't know if you remember, I did the hashtag What's Your Story with the National Art Gallery.
Yes.
That's why I think that's why
that's what I did a huge mural.
That's why I first saw you. I think we came to your house.
Yes.
How long does it take to do that thing?
Oh, it depends. It depends, and also it depends on the time I have. I recently did one for the president and the vice president through Botswana Commission.
I saw that.
Yes. So
where can people find your work? You never post your visual artist work.
Well, most of them are private commissions.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't really have an art. I've not done it.
How do you get to a stage where people are commissioning you to be
Well, I just post here and there through recommendations. Okay. And the biggest thing I think through my career, the biggest thing that I lived on is recommendation.
Wow. Yeah. That means you are a really good experience.
Yes.
When you are working.
That's why I always tell people don't burn bridges. Because when you burn bridges, we live in a small community. Yeah. I know your closest friends, you know my closest friends. Yeah. So the moment you burn a bridge, it means you're taking all your business away. And that's how I sell in everything. Whether it's whatever product I do or whatever I have, whether it's my work, whether it's my studio, whatever I do, that's how it's through recommendation. And it's the biggest business ideology that I live.
Shout out to you. Honestly, it's so hard. Word of mouth is one of those.
Yes.
It's hard to get somebody to recommend you the next. So shout out to you. And then music, how did music come about?
Okay, music, I started at a young age. My father introduced me to music actually. I think the first CD that we listened to was Kwaita Bokongo. Yes, I love those guys.
Okay.
But the passion started back in the days with radio. And then when I went to high school, that's how I met my group on my dance floor.
Yeah. How did you guys meet? I really want to know because you guys are interesting characters. How did you guys meet?
Okay, when I was in school, primary school, I used to dance. Just normal dance.
Okay.
I just do this dance for everybody's music.
Yeah.
And I went from this is how my story was.
Yeah.
I was in the north and I did my primary in the north.
Yes.
I came to Vindo.
Yes.
I did my upper primary.
Yeah.
Then I went to the
From grade what?
Yeah,
grade 5?
From grade 3, from kindergarten to grade 3.
You mean the north?
Yeah.
And then
I
grade
went
4?
Grade 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours in Vindo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where? Okay.
You said yeah. You can speak grade 8, I went to the north to Kulesani Secondary School. In the north. Yes,
until
grade 12.
Okay.
So I was there for 5 years.
Okay.
Yes. And then from there I think I got university.
Okay.
I came to university.
To UNAM?
Yes, UNAM. No, first I was at IUM, then I went to UNAM.
Okay. What were you
I did DCT, Digital Communication Technology.
At IUM?
Yeah. When I was at high school, I thought I was a very computer oriented guy. I love computers, and I thought maybe IT is my calling.
Yeah.
When I went to it, the numbers.
Yeah.
0, 1, I was like, this is too complicated for me.
And then UNAM?
Then I went to UNAM.
What did you do at UNAM?
Visual arts.
Visual arts.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
And then how did you meet the group? All of you guys.
Before that whole situation, when I went to high school, that's how I met my dance friend. So.
Yes. When you went to high school, you guys met Kuku?
Yes.
So all of you went to the same school?
Yes, same school. Yes.
What stage
we are all in a stage where everyone has a dance on their own, and then we decided, okay, let's form a group. That's how. We are first 3. We are very first 3.
Yeah.
So one of our guys is a cousin to Kamtonyo.
Okay.
So he comes from a musical oriented.
Yeah.
The other guy is also born and raised in Oshakati, the Anjuks, with a good melody. He comes from Oshakati, so he also he understands the music situation. And then me. Then me coming from town, I'm like, okay.
But
We got it.
and then how did you guys then get their attention?
We started as dancers. We used to compete. Like we were one of a group of the best. One of the group, yeah, one of the best. That's the time of PDK them were coming up. And they also inspired us. Fresh Family Guy. They had inspired us also. So that's the time where we, as a group.
So you guys were pushing.
We're pushing. We are going to different schools. We are representing our school all the time. We're superstars then.
and then you brought it back to Window.
So now we had to continue. From there, we decided, no man, this thing of just dancing, it doesn't sit well with us because everyone is doing dancing.
Okay.
What must we do now? We must start recording. Then we start going to music.
What was your first studio?
Omao record in Ondangwa. I remember there was a time where we used to steal ourselves out. We had, luckily, I can't disclose this who the person was. We had a manager who was our manager, a teacher. So we used to find ways to go record.
To give you studio time.
To go record in Ondangwa.
You used to pay for studio time.
We used to pay, so we have to save up money to go pay. And there was times where we walked, I think, like 5 kilometers from, imagine from Onathinge to Onimpuro, it's distance, if it's 5, to just to go to studio. We had to steal ourselves out. So we had the passion of, we want to do this.
So you released your single?
We released our single. It was the school loved it. Sometimes, we go to tournaments, we steal ourselves.
What grade were you guys this time?
Grade 10. Grade 10,
wow.
10, 11, 12.
Wow.
So we steal ourselves in the bus to go and perform at other schools also. The teachers are angry, but at the show they're like, oh, you guys are representing us.
And then the fashion element, like who was...
Just wait.
Who was like responsible to... Because you guys...
That particular time, we didn't really understand fashion. We had the style.
Yeah.
We had the style, but it was not that serious.
Yeah.
Okay, then fast forward, we finished high school.
Yeah.
I met this guy called Lok, the vintage guru. I saw him on Facebook. Hey, I like this guy.
Wait, was your name still the same?
Zulu Boy. I've been Zulu Boy.
No, the group's name.
I'm at this one.
It was still the same. Okay.
But we started as 3.
Okay.
And then one of our members joined us when after high school.
Okay.
He was on another rival group. So we kept trying to go the best group.
Guys, you had that fun and
yes, so much. We're so excited. Then I met this guy online. He looks the vintage guru.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I like this guy's style.
Yeah.
He's a vintage style. I'm like, and I'm inboxing.
So you have always been about the vintage.
Yes. Yeah. It caught the first time I got introduced. The first time I saw it, I was like, yes, this is.
Okay.
I met vintage. Looks vintage guru. I inboxed him directly.
Immediately.
My boss. My name is Huhu, and we are Huhu. This is our style. We have a music video. We got a music video. Our first music video was sponsored by Indongo, a guy called Indongo, because he liked our music.
Okay.
And then after that, we showed him our music videos. Like, oh, this guy looks very interesting.
Yeah.
They're gonna help you also for your first album shoot. We got a sponsorship from Lux.
Just like that?
Just like that. A sponsorship from Lux, the vintage, and then from there we had a good till today. He's a big brother to me.
Do you know what I'm noticing from you? Like you are not afraid to ask for
No, never. If I want him, I'll go for it.
You are not afraid. I was speaking to Zulu and it's like I went to an event and then I texted the people the next day to be like, guys, this is a very
that's
you're not scared to ask.
That's why I've always been like that.
Wow.
For me, I've always, if I want something, I'll do it.
You will ask.
I'll ask.
It's not
No matter
open
how.
mouth. Guys, closed mouths don't get fed. That's a thing.
We met. That time I was learning how to design. I did the first design of our album cover. I had the
Graphic
camera.
designing?
Yeah. I was just playing around with stuff, Photoshop. Like I just had that ego. Like I wanted to learn. I had the camera, a small camera. We shoot ourselves, we edit ourselves. Since day one, I was always doing our posters, our styling, our look. It was me that I came up with the ideas. Yes, and that's how I influenced my other brothers to follow, and that's how we started.
Wow.
Even get the clothes here. We look a certain way.
And then when did because now you are doing visual arts, you're doing music.
That time I think our first album, I was at UNAM the first year. Yeah, I was at UNAM the first year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and then you the influencing or not even influencing, content creating
I think that time I was already creating content. I just didn't understand what it was. I
Okay.
didn't understand.
Okay.
Yeah, it
There
was
was
already
no-
there.
yeah.
Yeah, from there, that particular time, my father bought me a camera because I was doing media, I was doing visual art. So visual art had all the content. Yes, but not yes. Yes, they are supportive. Okay,
Oh,
I acknowledge it, but you must understand, you had to get through things through a certain way.
Yes. But also for a black parent to buy you a camera, that means at least there's.
I know, I had to tell them it's one of my studies. Do you understand?
Yeah.
The support is there, but they don't understand.
Yeah. So
The will
is there,
the
but
will is
they
there.
don't get it.
They don't get it. Okay.
Yeah.
From there, I got my first camera. I started making small money on the side.
Yeah.
I started photography, making wedding
You were
photography.
also doing photography.
Yes, I was doing photography. Yes,
Nice.
yes. I started photography. I started my
You
company.
are the industry.
And then from there, I started my graphic designer. That's how I started when I was at university. That's how I supported myself. Small.
Okay.
Money here and there, doing posters here and there.
So wait, so you self-taught?
Self-taught, yes, self-taught. Yes.
Self-taught photography.
Self-taught, yeah. And then when I came to university, it's just a thing of understanding, but
You
it was
got
like,
it.
it's fine. Fast forward, we came to Razul. It was also another process of we having a conversation with my friends, with my partner.
Where did you meet Louis? What was the discussion?
Luis has been my brother even before.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was also in Fashion Week. I was doing also. So it was a thing of.
Very vintage also.
Yes. I think it was the third, fourth edition.
Yeah,
Something there.
yeah.
We have a small collection.
So did you find each other to bring up the idea of Razul? Who approached you?
It's just a chill.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those chills.
Okay.
Where we just connect. I mean, through my circle, I have conversations, different conversations with people, different. And sometimes ideas just align and like, oh, let's do this.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that's it. We find supply, we find someone in Stellenbosch.
Did you send out money again?
Okay.
You again took a risk.
Of course.
Okay.
Everything is the risk.
Business is risk,
Western
guys.
Cape, we send money, we see, okay.
How was business, Razul?
Razul is doing well.
Okay.
It's just that people are still getting to understand the brand.
Yeah.
Which is also okay for us because it's not 100% to say okay, but we are learning, people are learning about the brand. It's a very luxurious brand.
Yeah.
It's quite pricey also because also the process weights me. People must also start to understand that the reason why there's certain things are priced a certain way is because it's way
making it expensive.
Yeah, I mean our box come from France. So it's a lot, even the wild here. So it's a process. Everything is a process.
Do you do everything here? Like do you?
No.
Do you package everything?
No. Everything comes from Western Cape. Yeah. And the printing. That's what I'm saying. Even the books, they come from France. So it's a process.
So it's a
and
lot of
money.
investment.
Yes,
also.
and money.
Yeah. And then how did the studio? Do you know that?
Yeah.
When I first heard this studio's opening up, what, I was like, why? How do you even say the name? Why that name? Africa. We're like, what? Africa. What came up with that name? Like, what was the thought process?
We have not even done a big mega launch yet, but I'll leave it there.
I was thinking to Cassie was like, we still didn't open it. I'm like, guys, you've been in operation.
We didn't do a mega one, but hopefully we'll do a mega one soon. But then we'll explain what happened. So, for the longest we have been creating content we're doing rendering services to other companies. Why not start our own studio where we can render the same services, but also keeping in mind that we want to uplift the industry. As a black child, you are just told, you can't do it.
Honestly.
Or somebody can do it. So we decided, no man, why cannot create a space where we can also accommodate other creatives? I mean, if you want to be a photographer, we have the equipment. You just come rent out our stuff and then you do the stuff. You go forward. You make your money, we make our money. So that's what's the vision. For most of the projects that we do, we have a vision of how do we grow the industry. Whatever we do, whether it should even be vintage or whatever, we grow the industry so that we open up opportunities for everyone, so that the industry can be open up for everyone and everyone to get opportunities.
Yes, honestly, that's I feel like you have played a big role.
I still have more to play. I still have more.
That's the thing. I
still have more.
You always say.
My job is to do
Zulu
more.
went to what's the conference name that you said you went to?
Summit, Youth Summit.
Yeah, to the Youth Summit.
Yes.
And he came and he was like, let me tell you what, I came back.
Yeah.
We are behind.
We are behind. Yeah, the world is moving forward.
In conclusion,
In
where are we on the scale?
At least we are very, very far.
Yeah.
But it's our time now as young people.
I know we had the conversation, but like, how was the experience?
Very beautiful, very nice. It's very open-minded. So this summit allows young leaders globally to change societies and change the world. So I was nominated for the first Namibian to go there. The next summit is in Germany. If you are a sponsor, please let's have this conversation and see how many young people we can take to Berlin next year. So the idea is, how can we change the world without the government? We are not waiting for the government. So this young summit, once you are an ambassador, we are like a president of the country. So you do change.
So they made you ambassador?
Yes. Once you go to the summit, you become an ambassador.
Okay.
So what you need to do is to play a role in change, and you don't have to wait for government. So that's my role now. That's why I had to create opportunities like this.
Yes.
So we don't wait for government. Opening studios, opening other opportunities.
Speaking to the DSTV content creators.
Yes.
The brains also behind the DSTV content creators.
So that's
What?
Yeah. And there's a lot. The conversation is a lot. What
was the discussion?
We want to appreciate our people. As I'm saying, we want to appreciate our people.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that every Namibian child has an opportunity in life. Unfortunately, we live in a times where not everybody gets an opportunity. That's why we try, and that's why we always urge people to support us, because it's not for me, it's for you, it's for your grandson, it's for.
I really like how the perspective you are taking it. How did you get DSTV? What do you say even to a big brand like that? Do you write a proposal?
We write a proposal. You need to write a proposal. You need to come up with concept. I mean, the content creation awards has been happening in the whole world.
Yeah.
But it's just Namibia. Just time for Namibia.
I want to ask.
Yes.
What do you put in your proposals for you to actually like bang a brand?
You tell them what you want. You tell them your focus is on the benefits they are getting from that.
How long is your proposal?
Don't make it too long. Okay. You bore the people.
Yeah.
Tell them to get straight to the money. Don't be scared. I'm thinking of 200. Put the real money there. A lot of people always think, why am I asking a lot of money? But also, as I'm saying, I'm in a space where I've created a relationship.
Yeah.
And I told you the other time in our conversation that consistency. So you must have the key elements. I just want to leave it to the viewers out there.
Yes.
Consistency, have a good relationship with people, and do your work. Don't, sometimes we want to work, but we are just trying, but make
be
it perfect.
Confident in
be confident in doing it. So the time you have all those elements in place, it becomes easier for you to navigate in different spaces, and people are able to trust you.
And then also you have business partners.
Yes.
You've not businesses, different
Yes.
partners. How do you keep the relationship still going?
It works with instincts also. Instincts, and it also works with people that you can trust.
Okay.
As much as we find it difficult to trust people, if you have instincts that you want people to trust someone, then it becomes difficult.
But is it easy for you to trust people or what? Or like
it's
what?
not easy. It's because at the end of the day, you're also dealing with money.
Yeah.
So you must also be open-minded to understand. If this doesn't work, what can we do?
In the money conversation,
Yeah.
guys, it's what the business and having business partners is always nice until the money conversation.
Sure.
Like, how do you speak to people about the money?
It's not nice. It's a difficult. But you have to find a balance. That's the only best way I can say. There's no answer to it, but you have to find a balance of how you can navigate.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming through, man.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate you for coming through. But also, we really appreciate you as an industry. You are such a key player. You're always busy. You're always working.
Thank you.
And also,
I'm doing it for the next child. It's not for me. So my grandchild.
Honestly, I like your perspective and how far you've come and how far you've gotten. And you're saying, how is the industry right now? Like, how are you? How do you?
Well, the industry is growing.
Okay.
But we can do more.
Okay.
So it's time for us, everyone, to play a role. You
do
guys
you
play a
think
role.
in the next 5 years, people can be able to actually make real money, live off of creatives in the arts?
Yes.
Okay.
With the channels we are creating, with the channels you guys are creating right now.
Yeah.
Let's have more podcasts.
Yeah.
We'll make.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Guys, if you haven't learned and if you did not get anything from this conversation, I don't know what to do. Because we are really brought you the conversations that could guide you into your path and how you could navigate the creative industry. We have brought you the influencers, but we have also brought you the business people, the people behind the money. So thank you so much for coming through and thank you so much for watching up to this point. And as for me, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.